Welcome, and thanks for joining us for another episode of the 10-Minute Dental Marketing Podcast, a program dedicated to helping you grow your dental practice. In each episode, we'll discuss how you can improve your online presence and use the power of the internet to grow your practice.
Hey there, Tyson Downs here, owner of Titan Web Agency and the host of the 10-Minute Dental Marketing Podcast. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be having our AI tool read to you the audio version of the blog post. So if you're unable to get on the blog and read that, you'll be able to enjoy it, as you are right now through your favorite podcast app for the foreseeable future. If you have any feedback for us, send it over to us at tyson@titanwebagency.com. Enjoy.
Disclaimer. Titan Web Agency makes its best effort to include accurate information in this and each blog post. Due to the sensitive nature and legal ramifications of this post, please consult an attorney to ensure your compliance. This post does not constitute legal advice. Imagine a single social media post costing your door dental practice thousands in fines and irreparable damage to your reputation. As of February 2025, 5.56 billion individuals worldwide were internet users, and 5.24 billion of them, or 63.9% of the global population, were social media users. With so many people interacting on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, the potential for accidental HIPAA violations has never been higher. A simple Instagram post, Facebook comment, or TikTok video could accidentally expose protected health information, PHI, and lead to steep HIPAA violations. We understand the challenges of balancing online visibility with patient privacy. At Titan Web Agency, we help dental practices grow through strategic digital marketing, including effective review management, and we've seen firsthand how one misstep on social media can cause long-term damage to a practice's reputation and finances. In this post, we'll discuss the HIPAA risks dentists face on social media, share real-world examples of costly violations, and give you actionable tips for staying compliant while maintaining a strong online presence. Navigating HIPAA rules in the social media landscape. When it comes to HIPAA and social media, it's essential to understand the rules that guide how patient information is shared in digital spaces. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, was enacted in 1996, long before the rise of social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Because of this, HIPAA does not directly address social media in its regulations. However, that doesn't mean social media is exempt from the Act. At its core, HIPAA protects patient health information, known as PHI, from unauthorized access and disclosure. This means that any information that can identify a patient, including health conditions, treatment history, or personal identifiers like names and contact details, must be handled with care, especially when shared online. Under HIPAA, PHI is broadly defined and includes any health-related data that can be linked to a specific individual. So, while social media is a great tool for promoting your practice, posting even a seemingly innocent comment or picture could unintentionally expose sensitive information. For example, even sharing photos of a patient's smile or treatment results without proper consent could be considered a HIPAA violation. To avoid these pitfalls, it's crucial to understand what constitutes PHI and how you can protect it while maintaining an engaging social media presence. What is considered a HIPAA violation on social media? It's easy to overlook the risks of sharing information online, but dental practices must be aware of what constitutes a HIPAA violation on social media to avoid costly penalties and protect patient privacy. Below are some of the most common violations that can occur. 1. Posting patient information without authorization. One of the most significant violations is posting any identifiable patient information on social media without written consent. This includes sharing anything that can be tied back to an individual, such as images, health conditions, or treatment details. Even if a patient's name is not included, if enough identifying information is shared, it can still be considered a violation. 2. Responding to reviews in a way that confirms patient relationships. While it's tempting to respond to online reviews, doing so in a way that indirectly confirms or discusses a patient's treatment can be a serious violation of HIPAA. A simple, "We're glad you had a great experience, Sarah," could expose information about the patient's treatment or confirm their relationship with your practice, which is prohibited without explicit consent. 3. Sharing PHI in comments, messages, or group discussions. Whether in public comments or private messages, sharing protected health information PHI in any form on social media is a HIPAA violation. This includes not just posts, but also comments or group chats where patient-specific details are discussed. Even if the conversation seems private or is limited to a smaller group, HIPAA still applies. Number 4. Employees posting images or case details without consent. All employees involved with a patient's care must be cautious about what they share online. Posting images or details about a case without the patient's consent, even if the information is anonymized, can lead to significant violations. Dental practices should remind staff to avoid posting about any patient-related matters unless there's clear authorization. Legal and financial consequences of HIPAA violations on social media. A single misstep on social media can have devastating consequences for dental practices, both legally and financially. The repercussions of a HIPAA violation can go far beyond fines. Lasting damage to your practice's reputation and patient trust can be just as costly. Here's what you need to know. 1. Fines and lawsuits. Resulting from a single post, HIPAA violations can result in significant fines, with penalties ranging from $141 to $2,134,831 per violation, depending on the level of culpability. Civil monetary penalties are enforced based on the severity of the violation. For intentional violations, criminal penalties can be imposed, leading to higher fines and even potential imprisonment. The Office for Civil Rights, OCR, within the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, is responsible for enforcing these fines. A single post, whether accidental or careless, can open the door to these financial burdens. For example, if a post unintentionally discloses a patient's medical information, the practice could be liable for fines that quickly add up to thousands or even millions of dollars. 2. Reputation damage and patient trust loss. Perhaps the most significant consequence of a HIPAA violation on social media is the damage to your reputation. Once a breach occurs, patients may lose trust in your practice's ability to protect their sensitive health information. Word of mouth, especially on social media, can quickly spread, leading to a loss of existing patients and difficulty attracting new ones. In the highly competitive dental industry, reputation is everything. A tarnished reputation can lead to a drop in patient retention and a significant decline in business growth. Patients may even switch to competitors who they believe offer more secure and private care. The long-term financial impact of losing patient trust can far exceed the cost of a fine. Case studies. Real-world social media, HIPAA violations. Social media can quickly turn an innocent post into a serious HIPAA violation. Even if a patient's name isn't mentioned, sharing any form of protected health information PHI online can lead to major consequences. Below are a few real-world examples of how simple social media mistakes have resulted in significant HIPAA violations. Elite Dental Associates and Yelp, a costly oversight. A dental practice in Dallas, Elite Dental Associates, faced a $10,000 HIPAA settlement after disclosing protected health information, PHI, in responses to patient reviews on Yelp. In one instance, the practice publicly included a patient's name, details about their treatment, insurance coverage, and cost of services. This response triggered a complaint to the Office for Civil Rights, OCR, which led to an investigation revealing similar past responses containing PHI. While the final settlement was relatively modest, the potential penalties could have been much higher, up to $50,000 per violation, with a possible total of $1.5 million due to multiple infractions left unaddressed. New Vision Dental, HIPAA violations from responding to Yelp reviews. In a recent case, New Vision Dental in California was fined $23,000 by the Office for Civil Rights, OCR, after it was found to have disclosed patients' protected health information, PHI, while responding to reviews on Yelp. Some patients had posted anonymously using monikers, but the practice's responses included their full names, treatment details, and insurance information. OCR's investigation also revealed broader compliance issues, including inadequate privacy policies and failure to train staff properly on HIPAA regulations related to public platforms. As part of the settlement, the practice was required to adopt a corrective action plan and undergo 2 years of compliance monitoring. How to use social media without violating HIPAA. Social media can be a powerful tool for dental practices as long as it's used with care. Knowing what's safe to post and how to navigate patient-related content is key to maintaining HIPAA compliance. HIPAA-compliant social media strategies for dental practices. What can you post safely? General dental tips, oral health education, team highlights, office updates, and promotional offers are all fair game as long as they don't include any patient-identifiable information. Educational content versus patient stories. Stick to broad educational posts that don't involve patient details unless you have written HIPAA-compliant authorization. For example, sharing advice on teeth whitening is fine. Sharing how a specific patient achieved their results is not, unless you have explicit permission. Testimonials and before and after photos. You can post these, but only after obtaining proper written consent from the patient. Make sure the consent clearly outlines what will be shared, where, and for how long. Avoid including any extra identifiable information unless the patient has approved it in writing. The right way to respond to online reviews without breaking HIPAA. Responding to patient reviews is a great way to show that you care, but replying the wrong way can lead to costly HIPAA violations. What not to say when replying to patient feedback. Never confirm or acknowledge someone as a patient, even if they've identified themselves. Avoid mentioning treatments, appointments, billing, or any personal health details. HIPAA Safe Response Template. Thank you for your feedback. We take patient concerns seriously and encourage you to contact our office directly so we can address your experience. This keeps the tone professional while protecting patient privacy. HIPAA training for social media use. Protecting patient data is a team effort. Everyone in your practice, not just the marketing or front desk staff, should be trained in HIPAA-compliant communication. Why training matters. Unintentional mistakes, like sharing a photo with a patient's chart in the background, often come from a lack of awareness. Regular training reduces the risk of slip-ups. How to set up HIPAA-compliant policies. Create clear social media guidelines and include them in your employee handbook. Outline what is and isn't allowed in posts, comments, and private messages. Require all staff to sign a social media policy agreement. Update training yearly or whenever HIPAA regulations change. Using technology to prevent violations on social media. While no social media management tool is HIPAA compliant or designed to handle PHI, certain platforms can still support your dental practice by helping reduce the chance of accidental oversharing online. These tools aren't meant to store or flag patient data. Instead, they can help you create approval workflows, monitor for general risk terms, and maintain better oversight of your team's posting activity. Tools that can support safer social media use. Sprout Social offers team workflows that let designated users approve content before it goes live. You can set up keyword monitoring for general health terms or sensitive phrases that may raise a red flag. Status Brew provides moderation rules and customizable post approvals across platforms, useful for managing multi-user accounts with tighter control. Hootsuite helps with post scheduling and team oversight. While it's not designed as a HIPAA-compliant tool, it can support internal processes that reduce the chance of publishing unvetted content. These platforms are not designed for HIPAA compliance and should never be used to store or process PHI. Their role is to help your team stay organized, apply consistent content review steps, and reduce preventable errors. Smart practices to combine with these tools. Implement a content approval workflow for every post, even the quick ones. Assign posting access only to trained staff, and when possible, have the social media policy posted in a high-traffic area that your staff will regularly see and be reminded. Conduct regular reviews of your published content and comments. Keep your social media policy and HIPAA training up to date, posted in your office, and conduct regular HIPAA trainings to remind your staff of the importance of following these guidelines. Technology can't make your practice HIPAA compliant, but it can be part of a proactive strategy to reduce risk, improve communication, and protect your online reputation. FAQs on HIPAA and social media. Whether you're a healthcare provider, business associate, or staff member, it's essential to understand how patient privacy laws apply online. Below, we've answered some of the most common questions about HIPAA compliance and social media use to help you stay informed and protected. What do you need to know about social media and HIPAA? HIPAA strictly prohibits sharing any patient's protected health information, PHI, on social media without their written authorization. This applies even if the information seems harmless or de-identified. Once something is shared online, it can't be fully retracted, which means the consequences of a misstep can be serious. A HIPAA-compliant social media strategy must prioritize consent, confidentiality, and clear boundaries around what can be shared. What is one reason that social increase the risk for HIPAA violations? Social media makes it easy and instant to post photos, comments, and videos, sometimes without a second thought. A quick snapshot in the office or a well-meaning shout-out can accidentally reveal a patient's identity or health information. These unintentional disclosures can still lead to HIPAA violations, even if there was no ill intent. Does HIPAA social media rules apply to personal accounts or just business accounts? HIPAA rules apply to all accounts, whether they're personal or professional. If a healthcare employee shares PHI on their private account without proper authorization, it's still considered a violation. Just because an account is private doesn't mean the rules don't apply. All workforce members must follow HIPAA guidelines regardless of where they post. Do all employees need HIPAA social media or just those with access to PHI? All employees should receive training on HIPAA and social media. Even those who don't work directly with PHI might overhear or see something they could unintentionally share online. Training ensures everyone understands what's off limits, how to handle sensitive information, and the risks of casual posting. What's the biggest mistake dentists make on social media? One of the biggest mistakes dentists make is responding to patient reviews or comments by including specific health or treatment information. Even when well-intentioned, this kind of response can accidentally confirm a patient relationship or reveal PHI. Another common misstep is sharing before and after photos without proper documented consent. While these issues are specific to social media, they often tie into broader marketing mistakes that can affect patient trust and brand reputation if not handled carefully. What's the best way to report potential HIPAA violations in my practice? If you suspect a HIPAA violation related to social media, report it immediately to your designated HIPAA privacy officer or compliance officer. Quick reporting allows the practice to take corrective action, mitigate harm, and avoid larger penalties. Some practices also have anonymous reporting tools or hotlines in place. Make sure you know your internal protocol. Final thoughts. Social media can support patient engagement and boost your practice's visibility. But when HIPAA is overlooked, it can quickly become a liability. A single post shared without the proper safeguards can lead to fines, lawsuits, or loss of patient trust. The good news, these risks are avoidable. With clear policies, consistent staff training, and a firm understanding of what's permitted, you can confidently maintain a strong online presence without crossing compliance lines. At Titan Web Agency, we help dental practices grow with confidence, ensuring your marketing supports your goals and keeps you protected. If you're not sure whether your current approach checks all the boxes, we're here to help. Book a consultation to review your policies, strengthen your strategy, and build a compliant, effective presence online.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the 10-Minute Dental Marketing Podcast. Implementing just one of the tips you heard today will help your practice move one step closer towards dominating your local market. If you got more questions or you're looking for recaps, show notes, and even more resources to help you grow your practice, check us out at TitanWebAgency.com.